Holly Thomas has been decorating cakes as a hobby for 3 years. Tonight she's going to share some of the ups and the downs, the prizes, and the fails.
Honestly, my cake decorating started back in my 4-H days through various projects. I even did a science chemistry project with my cake decorating. However, it really started becoming more and more once I had children. I wanted to give my kids something unique and something different for their birthdays, something from the heart. However, it really took off when my cousin was getting married and my aunt didn't want to pay or drive the hour and a half to the nearest grocery store to get a decorated cake for her. And I told my mom, you know what, I'm gonna decorate her cake. I'm gonna do it, this will be my gift to her. And as you could see, it wasn't the best cake, but I was proud of it, and it tasted good. It tasted so good that her friend came up to me at her wedding and said, I want you to do my wedding cake. And I thought, oh my God, did you see that cake? My husband, as gracious as he is, said, she can do it, she'll do it. It'll be great, we'll do it. The downfall is, it was 2 hours away. We'll come back to that. So to practice wedding cakes, I decided to give my hand at replicating my parents' wedding cake for their 40th anniversary. That was my very first tiered cake, and it was a learning experience. Back to my very first wedding cake. 2 hours away, I stayed at my grandma's house in Beloit, Kansas, started decorating it, iced the side, and the whole half of the section of the cake came crumbling down. My grandma, oh my gosh, I can't watch you anymore, this is too stressful, I just can't do this, I just can't be a part of this. Long story short, you saw the beautiful cake. I have fun with cupcakes. A dear friend of mine asked me to do these little puppy dogs for her to celebrate her dog's birthday. I used to work for Ferguson Enterprise, and a friend in the room asked if I could do something special for them, and I had a lot of fun with it. I've dabbled in doing designs in a cake. The 1D is a One Direction, it's a boy band cake. As you can see, I didn't keep track and I decorated it backwards, so when she cut the cake, it was backwards. But I've done zebra print, I've even done several baby reveal cakes. I've done several wedding cakes for friends and family. This was another one of my early wedding cakes. She asked to have the tire splattering mud on the cake, and I thought, how am I going to splatter frosting on a cake without making my kitchen a mess? And we were able to do it. I do anything from your vintage wedding cakes to simple elegant to very elegant. This 4-tier cake was for my cousin once again in Salinas, so I travel. It should be seen. All of my cakes are done in buttercream, hand-drawn with piping. I use fondant very little. This Eagles cake, the coloring isn't quite there, but it was hand-drawn with piping. Many birthday cakes. 50s theme, once again, all hand-drawn with buttercream. They can take anywhere from 30 minutes to several hours. Sometimes I stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning making sure it's perfect for whoever asked me to do it. These are some of my other favorite birthday cakes for kids. I just really enjoy doing it and getting to see the parents and the kids' look in their face when they come to pick it up. This sprinkle cake I just did a couple weeks ago, and I'm still finding little balls of sprinkles around my kitchen. I have done cakes for friends' businesses. My friend Leslie owns Oz Chiropractic, and she was revealing her new name change and logo design and had an open house and asked me to do that. Same with Travis, and I was honored to be asked to do the Hutchinson Rotary Club's 100th anniversary cake for their celebration. The State Fair cake was for the State Fair Foundation. This cake I spent probably 8 hours on. Each line was, I had probably 10 piping bags because there are so many colors in this cake, and it was all freehand and drawn on. I've entered cakes in 2 competitions. This was for the State Fair's 100th birthday celebration. I did win and I got first of class. It was also my very first cake styrofoam that I had to decorate, and that was also different. Bueller Frolic had their 125th birthday, and I took a stab at it and entered and won in that one also. However, with the celebratory, there are the fails. I have misspelled multiple things and had to go back. I do have 3 children, and they sometimes like to get into them. So luckily, I was able to use the other one and rebuild it. The Harley jacket had a soccer ball dropped on it when it was in the box, and we didn't realize it until we went to deliver the cake, and I took it out of the box and had to rush home and completely start over. My daughter decided to get into her smash cake prior to the birthday party. These are some of my other favorite cakes. These really challenged me. That Bud Light can was an 8-inch cake that stood about 10 inches tall and looked like a Budweiser can, or Bud Light can. My kids love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and at this time, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cake was very popular, so he asked me to do that. Like I said, it started to do something special for my children. Last year, my oldest asked for a dragon cake, and I thought, how am I going to do a dragon cake? He didn't want it to just look like a dragon, he wanted it to be a dragon. So that was one of my very first shaped cakes. This is ending some of my prized. The Stanley Cup Cake was true to size. It was replicated, so it was 18 inches wide, a little over 3 feet tall. It was mostly styrofoam, but there was a section of cake that they could cut into. The anti-gravity cake gave us some hiccups too, and I would be happy to share more about that if you want to visit afterwards. But I want you guys to remember that cake decorating is an art, but a party without a cake is just a meeting. So if you'd like to see more, you can follow me on Holly Sweet Treats, and I'm always updating my weekend projects.